the head bob. Turn the head bob all the way to minimum on that.
I will have a look. So, little scrublings, you will be entering a ship without Terminator armor.
We didn't know we could get Terminator armor.
What's that, Trashy?
I didn't know we could. I would have been like, please sign me up for some Terminator armor.
We can get Terminator armor, trash.
I mean, you could get it. You wouldn't be able to use it.
we could sit inside like a leg each and attempt to operate the thing, and somebody else does like an arm each.
Sounds uncomfortable and sweaty, just like the Dark Eldar like it. Okay, so you find gentlemen by means of nefarious infiltration and excellent intimidation skills managed to
Fuck off!
What? Managed to extricate some information from two poor nobles that then promptly got tossed out of the shuttle, burnt up in the
Nothing
atmosphere.
poor about them. They were rich as fuck. They were not poor, so.
After which you guys deduced that the Dark Eldar had been coming to and fro from the surface by some means not relating to shuttles. If I remember correctly, Hippo got the navigation codes and docking codes for the noble ship in orbit. You fine gentlemen were all sitting in your gun cutter, faffing about when we ended the session. So, who wants to do what?
What can we do?
Well, we should probably try and get onto this ship and blow it up and kill all the bad things on there.
Yeah, that probably would be good. We have to assault the ship. We know where the ship is. I'm trying to think here.
You say assault. It's a very big ship. Well, our ship's not very big. How do
The
assault?
technical term would be infiltrate, I suppose.
But can't we just, like, blow up the ship? That'll take care of the problem.
Well, we don't know if this is
Sure.
actually the problem. We just heavily presume that it in fact is the problem.
Why
I will
not
be-
just be very careful and just blow it up to be just be extra sure?
Well,
Sure.
because
How
it's
do you want to go about doing that?
yeah. And how do you want to blow up a ship?
I don't know. Use your photon torpedoes or something. I have no ideas.
We don't have photon torpedoes.
I know it was a joker.
Hold up, we should have photon torpedoes. Who didn't order the photon torpedoes?
Severin, probably.
Also, that sounds like pussy weapons, not worthy of Warhammer 40k.
How about angsty photon torpedoes?
No, that's Dark Eldar.
How about daddy issue photon torpedoes?
Pre-heresy.
The slave pedal powered photon torpedoes.
Oh, there you go.
Still
That's
too
still Dark-
photony.
Did
That's
fucking
more Dark Eldar.
torpedo would be called something like Hammer of the Emperor or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we could try and, I don't know, mask our ship as one of the ships that go up there every now and then just try and dock.
I think that was kind of something similar to the plan, but we don't know their schedule for the ships.
We could watch them and find out.
But I suppose that's true.
How much time do we have for stuff like that? Aren't they aware of us?
Yeah,
Well,
I
to
mean,
be
kidnap Frederick.
Technically, they are aware of us, but I don't think they're like.
They're probably
They also
wearing
want to be
Frederick as a
clandestine.
cape already.
Ish.
We did kidnap Frederick.
They did. Those dicks.
So it's safe to say they probably know about us.
So, options. Best bet, try and sneak our way onto the ship. I guess, because that's the only way I'm seeing we get onto the ship without blowing a hole in it. Which would result in us probably being the thing that formed the hole when we crashed into it after being shot.
That definitely sounds like something we would do.
I'm still curious as to how you guys want to. Well, I wanted to blow up the ship.
Death Star.
Ah, yes, my pocket Death Star.
Everybody should have one.
Is that a fully operational battle station in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Both.
So, gents, tell me what you want to do.
Okay. Are we in agreement we should probably try and fake records to mask our ship as one of the shuttles?
I mean,
That seems like the least deadly way of getting onto the ship.
Yeah.
I mean,
would
even if
definitely
we
like
don't
that.
know their proper schedule, it'll probably allow us to get close before they start shooting. Maybe we can get inside, and then they'll come be like, "Yo, what the fuck? What are you doing already over here?" Then we just like shoot everyone. I've not been known for tactical brilliance.
Okay, so we
goddamn
get the ship up there, we dock, and then we bust out of the ship and start mowing bitches down.
I don't see that working. We got to think about it, right? Because these are Xenos that are successfully hiding the fact that they're Xenos to everybody but who they choose to reveal themselves to.
And even then, they don't really reveal themselves.
To be fair, this is a backward mining planet.
Yeah, why would they be on a backwater mining planet?
I don't know.
A reference to the picture I just posted.
Where?
Discord.
I don't see a picture.
Above
The
your
one above
post?
one you posted.
That should adequately answer your question as to why they would be on a backwards mining station or planet.
Because they can't.
You're also assuming that like they're still in disguise on the ship. They could be in complete control of the ship. The ship could be full of them.
It's true. I mean, we didn't actually know the guy who was the host of the party, who was actually owns the ship. Does he know who's he dealing with, or is he just like housing a bunch of really weird looking
We could
people?
ask him, but he's dead.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Well, yeah. I had to roleplay that correctly. No power gamer there.
Oh,
Dealt
no,
with the
no,
nice
it's
fuck
good.
you Xeno level.
What is this fourth wall people keep talking about?
Ah. He's got to know that the stuff he was using to hunt people wasn't human technology.
I mean, you've already
Yeah.
knew that.
I wonder why they chose him. Why him?
Well, we could have asked him. But he's
I
dead.
have no regrets. He deserved to die. He earned his death.
I agree he should have died, but maybe after asking him some questions.
I
Just
was
like
not
those
in my right
nobles.
mind.
Hey, we did ask those nobles questions.
Exactly, that's
It's
what
not
I
my
mean.
fault they were bad questions.
No, that's what I meant. It's like, that's what we should have been doing for this, that guy. Ask questions first, then murder.
Yeah, that would have been nice to think about last time. So, trying to think.
So, we have a ship, we need to get on the ship. We could disguise ourselves, but what do we do after that? Like, we can disguise the ship, but can we disguise ourselves? I mean, I suppose we can disguise ourselves as repair people, but we don't even know if they have any uniforms or what kind
Or
what
if
the
they
fuck-
actually repair people.
or if they're actually repair people.
Again, the whole ship could just be only inhabited by the Xeno.
Yeah, plus, I mean, if it's inhabited only by Xeno, then we can just kind of go in and start shooting guns everywhere, because they probably aren't going to call in for reinforcements from anywhere. But if it's like mainly controlled by humans still, if you go in and start blasting guns, they're just going to call someone. some help.
Couldn't we try to create an emergency, sabotage the ship in some way that would force whomever's on the ship to either require intervention or get off the ship?
How are we going to do that without being on the ship?
I'm asking you. Don't you know? You should know.
Short of ramming another ship into it, no, I can't think of anything that would make it look like an accident.
Hmm.
And no, our
Because-
ship is not big enough to ram into that ship.
There's not enough of us here for a direct assault. We can't just run in there on an assumption.
So what do we even do on this ship? That's also another question.
Kill every Xenos we encountered.
True.
Or we're gonna do that anyway. But
Like, what was a big plan? Like the whole reason why we were here again? We're just supposed to. Were we? What? What was the
We were
big
s-
plan again? Remind
we're
me.
supposed to come out here and root out the source of the heresy. I think we have.
Yeah, but there's still. It would be nice to know why. We can't just say, hey, we killed a guy, let's wrap it up, we're done. We don't know how deep their influence goes, we don't know which parts of the planet they have infiltrated. All we know is they were dealing with one guy who is dead.
Can we find out where this ship is gone?
It's in orbit.
Yeah, but it had to have. I'm thinking here that if we're trying to get the scope of their dealings, could we see who else that's interacted with anyone from the ship?
From what Severin was saying, they can teleport around. They probably don't even need the ship for travel. They're probably just using it as an out-of-the-way base, where nobody is gonna rock up and find them.
So,
Yeah.
come on, guys.
Thinking. Don't hurry us. Don't rush us, motherfucker.
Okay, I wouldn't rush you.
So, again, what are we gonna do with the ship? So are we just gonna go? Are we gonna murder everyone inside there, or
It's a
are we
ship.
gonna sneak in?
There's
I know it's a
3 of
ship.
us. We're gonna run out of ammo before we get through the door.
Well, it depends on how many people are on the ship.
Can I ask Severin how big the groups of these Xenos usually are when they have been sighted?
Old man voice, Hold on, me roll.
Needs more crotchetiness.
I'm really crotchety right now, but you can't tell because I'm not Severin. It's like 7
It's a
degrees of
Xenos!
success.
Shooting.
You know that they're normally in smaller groups, as they are incredibly possessive and not very good at sharing. So probably less than 10, more than 3.
Okay, the ship's not gonna have a whole army of them on then. It's just gonna be a small group. I reckon as long as we're smart about it, we can take it.
Yeah, I mean, but what if it's filled with like humans? Or like, oh, who are these people? Why are they invading? Do we just go like
We vent the
Flash
atmosphere.
Inquisition, or just
We
murder
vent the
everyone
atmosphere.
anyways?
We vent them
Okay.
all into space. The ship's already had one problem with an accidental decompression. What's another one?
Okay, so where do we get void suits then? I mean,
Why
I
do we need
suppose
that? We have a ship. We fly in, we see human people, we shoot a hole in the side of the ship.
That's not gonna cause a decompression of the whole ship, though.
No, but it will of the room.
Okay,
So before we
so
you know,
decompress a room from the
And
ship.
then get void suits on. And then we have a room clear. And that's one room, and then we fly the ship down the corridors, blasting up the other ones, because the corridors are
I
obviously
have
big
a
enough for that.
question. Does the other ship have guns?
Yes. It's an Imperial vessel, so it definitely has guns. It's a small pleasure craft. It's only about 4 kilometers long.
We should start by disabling their guns
Again, how do we do that without being on the ship?
by shooting them.
Our ship isn't. It's basically the sort of. It's not very huge. It's not very large. We're not gonna be able to take out an entire ship with just this thing.
Not the ship, just the guns.
Your ship,
We-
while very good for turning infantry into chunky salsa and maybe even punching some holes in lighter vehicles, is not going to do much to Starship.
What about their
What
guns?
gun did we have again? What did we choose? We had like assault.
We have twin-linked assault cannons, we have heavy bolter on the back, we have las cannons, and we have missile launchers.
Yeah, we're not gonna be punching through ship armor, even on their guns.
Well, how are we going to get? Can't we just get one of the shuttles and fake our way?
How
onto
the
ship?
fuck are we gonna get away without them shooting us to death? And
Oh, if we kill all the aliens and then we turn off the guns. We don't.
I mean,
Blowing up
guns are-
all of the guns from the outside of the ship is a really bad idea. That ends with us being exploded.
Can we set up a space shuttle with explosives as part of the regular transport? As
But
soon as
the-
it docks, it
Problem here is that the transports could just be a way of getting the Xenos to and from the ship. They could be in complete control of that. If they see a ship that's not one of the ones they know about, they might shoot it.
it would have to be one of the ones they know about.
How are we going to fill that with explosives?
I think the first thing is how do we take one over? And then how do we fill it with explosives?
Well, considering there's an empty one parked in the same spaceport as you guys, not terribly difficultly, seeing as last week
I did just walk in.
Jithar and what's his name walk into one.
So we steal that ship and you want to fill it with explosives.
I'm just asking. I'm not a
what kind of
Astro
dent would a shuttle filled with explosives, like absolutely to the brim? Let's say even the cockpit is filled with them. What kind of tiny dent would it do on the ship?
inside the ship.
It probably got the airlock pretty well.
Yeah,
Well,
destroy
one of
an
the
airlock,
airlocks.
or maybe a gun.
we have an astropath on the ship.
Yeah, you guys have a personal astropath.
Should we report in and ask for suggestions?
Yes, let us just sit here for a week whilst we wait for the astropathic message to be sent and come back.
Does it take a week?
Or longer, depending on how far away it is. Think of it as like a relay system. Astropath sends it to the next astropath over, passes it on to the next person, and so on and so on. Until it gets to where it needs to go.
Oh, that's going to take a while.
And it's still the fastest way of communicating.
It's space. It's swag.
So current plans consist mostly of loading a shuttle with explosives. I don't know where we're going to get all the explosives from. Driving it into their ship, blowing a hole in, and then I assume following up with our ship. Getting in and then blasting everyone we see.
Another plan is we fake the signature of our ship to be like one of the shuttles that send the repair crew, like just pop up, hope they don't blow us up, and go inside, and then we have infiltrated from there, or we can plan another thing. Do we try and be stealthy, try and be pretend we're somebody else we aren't, or just shoot people?
I think our best bet, once we're in the ship at least, is to try and be as stealthy as we can. At least until everything inevitably goes to shit.
Well, we'll need to ensure we have a way in and a way out. We can't be so reckless with the Emperor's tools.
Well, our way in and out would be the our own ship, the thing we're currently inside of.
How, though?
If we fly it.
We fly like we pretend we're someone else. They're like, "Oh hey, we see you there," and they open up our airlock for us. We go in, and then they're like, "Oh yo, hey, what are you doing at this time? We weren't expecting anyone." And then we shoot everyone where we're inside the airlock.
What's to stop them from saying, "Oh hey, we didn't expect you," and then shoot us?
But that's the problem.
If it gets to that, then we fly very quickly and straight into the airlock.
We only have the one ship.
We also only have the one life.
It's true.
Sometimes have more than one.
Those people are called heretics.
Mostly.
That sounds like heresy.
A lot of the stuff our priest says sounds vaguely heretical. I'm kind of concerned. Okay, so we fake this ship's ID. Yeah.
Yeah.
We fly it towards their ship in a calm and routine manner, hoping they don't shoot
Right.
us. If they start shooting us, we gun it straight in. Go out guns blazing. Kill everybody in the flight deck. Kill everything on the ship. Job done. Find Frederick. Find Frederick's... the hat he's been turned into.
Frederick had.
Human hats.
So, should we try and like check a record or something where when these shuttles fly?
You
And
guys
so
know that they go up every 2 weeks. What you checked last week.
We
And
could
the
just
next
try
one's
to get
that-
us. We could just find out how they recruit who goes on the shuttle and then try to go up in a shuttle. If it's maintenance people, we could easily have an excuse for lugging around our gear. Just can't go up in it. Once we're on the ship, we can meet up and then decide what to do.
How long ago was it since the last shuttle went up?
It's been a good week and a half.
So one will be going up soon.
Right.
I mean, what we could do for the next few days is have... the shuttle is pretty much next door to ours as a ship, isn't it? Near enough.
Yeah, it's on the same side of the spaceport as yours.
So how about like a few of us just go and sit in there and wait for whoever to come in is coming in to come in. As soon as we see somebody, we call the others.
Do what?
And then we kill the people. And then we know the shuttle's about to go up. So then we can just use the shuttle.
What we could also do is like double check which shuttle is the one going up and sabotage it before it goes up. Like disable its communications and engines somehow. And like when that ship's supposed to arrive, we arrive in our own ship.
Also, yes, but whoever's on the ship could then raise an alarm before we manage to get there.
Oh, the point is that we make sure that they can't talk with them up there.
Yeah, but there are other means of communication.
Oh, I mean, if they're trying to like start it up and they're like, "Ah, shit, it's gonna be late," and then they call, "We're gonna be late," but we still arrive slightly later or on time, and be like, "Oh, it wasn't a problem after all."
What does everyone else think? Wait in ship, kill the people in there, or sabotage ship, use ours?
I think the easiest way for us to not bring up any suspicion would be to use the ship as they expect.
I'd rather use our ships, our guns.
Right, but as soon as they get visual on it, they're going to know it's not their shuttle. As soon as they see their non-usual crew, they're going to know it's not their shuttle and it's not their usual crew.
They,
They're gonna know that isn't their repair crew
pretty
when
quick.
we get out anyway. So I was thinking, it's like, as long as we should get inside the bay, and then we're like, wait, this doesn't seem like the right ship. It has guns and shit, and then we just turn the ship's gun on the crew inside of the airlock, or flight deck, or whatever the fuck it's called, and just, shoot everyone.
I think that is with the assumption that they're not going to look at the ship before docking it. I don't know if that's accurate.
Space is very big. These ships are very small in comparison. We would have to get in very close. By the time they could see us with their eyes, it will likely be too late.
If you are confident, I will follow. I brought this ammo to spend it.
Or we could take control of the shuttle and then fly the shuttle and our ship up.
I was going to mention that we could have we could launch our ship to a place in space, not very far away as to not arouse suspicion, because it is fully crewed, even without Frederick, and then take their shuttle up. And if we need an armed escort evac, we could do it. Or if we just need big guns to distract them while we do what we came to do.
I'd rather not risk our ship.
I would as well. It's our only way out.
We could fly up both ships very close to each other, hope that that shows up as just one ship on any of their auspexes. Fly the shuttle in, fly our ship in, use the ship guns on anyone inside the immediate area.
What's the likelihood of that, though? I'm not an astropath, I don't know.
What's the likelihood of what?
Fooling the radar, or whatever mechanism is used, that both of our ships are only one ship.
Well, I mean, at that point, if you're just fooling sensors, we can just use the fucking information thing on our ship to be like, oh, hey, we are this shuttle. And if you're just using sensors, our ship can already do that.
Okay. So we go up in our ship, we do still need to deal with their shuttle and whoever is going to be on that shuttle.
Yeah.
This is true.
The second question is, if we do take over their shuttle and just go inside of it, who's gonna pilot it? I mean, they obviously probably have a pilot, but it's like, you're just gonna tell them to fly up at gunpoint?
I can fly ships.
You can? I don't know.
Somewhat. Or we just kill them and then use our ship. Either way, we need to make sure that the people that are meant to be on that shuttle aren't on that shuttle, aren't going into space, and have no way of contacting the ship.
So guys, give your DM bone. What is happening? What have you decided?
So yeah, I'm down for waiting on board their shuttle for a few days to see who comes, and then murderize them.
Well, very minimum, wait to see who comes, see who's piloting it. And if we decide that they need to be murdered, murder them.
Okay, we still need to then sabotage the ship, so it
Yep.
can't leave.
We also would then need to ensure there's a way for us to ensure that it only responds to our commands. We have to lock out any other pilots.
Or we just break it.
That-
That's what I was going for. Just breaking it.
Yeah, just like
Good.
fucking break the engines or something. It's not a fucking rocket science.
I think you'll find it is.
It's
Oh,
exactly rocket science.
Well, rocket science is the engines. Breaking them isn't.
Anti-rocket science.
And science for rockets.
Rocket skins.
Okay, I guess then I'm gonna head back over to the shuttle with a toolkit.
You sure you don't want to disable now, or like later when the time is closer to date. So
What?
if someone does a maintenance check on it, they don't like, oh hey, this shit's fucked, and repair it.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we're able to monitor the ship visually from where we are. We can get in there before they start doing their pre-checks, when it's not expected for anybody to be doing any maintenance on there. Might be best.
All right. So, the intrepid adventurers of the Inquisitorial retinue head on over the vessel, embellished with the noble symbol of the house that has so fallen far into Xeno's clutches. And what do you want to do? Just like wildly shoot into the shuttle, or how do you
I don't
want
want
to
to
set
make.
about
I want to
assembling
not.
it?
I don't want to make it obvious that it's like fucked. I want it to seem like a natural malfunction. Not that I've gone in with a plasma pistol and melted it.
Okay. So how do you want to make it sit about making it look natural?
I don't know, climb into the reactor and break it. I don't know how fucking ship reactors work. Jesus Christ.
Just pull
Sure.
some wires and some plugs and some wires. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Are there any creatures
They
on this
would.
planet that eat wires like a rabbit would?
Sure, why not?
I want to go and buy some.
What? Just find find a turbine and drop a nut in it, like a bolt nut, not bolt. I don't fucking know. Find a turbine and fuck it up. Not sure if these things have turbines.
So, make a tech use test for me, Hippo.
Hippo, you must do it. Oh!
Free.
You find something that looks breakable. You're not a tech priest or anything, but I mean, that definitely looks like things that need to be able to do things.
He's not a tech priest, but he did stay at a Holiday Inn.
Damn right. So, Hippo, before you, in the deep inner workings of the maintenance hatch you have climbed through to the bowels of this tiny shuttle, you see before you a turbine. You don't know why it has a turbine. You're pretty sure it doesn't use turbines, but there's a turbine.
Wow.
What do you want to do?
Gideon was just talking about turbines. How fortuitous. I'll
Must
take.
be the Emperor's will.
Let's take out. Look around and look for like wires or something, and see if I can finagle some wires so they hang into the
spun-
turbine. And
You see
so it
big
wraps them
bunches of
all up.
wires all around you inside the maintenance passage, some of them as thick as your arm.
Right, I pull on a few to loosen them up, get them kind of in the turbine, spin the turbine a little bit so they start wrapping.
Okay. Your sabotage is complete. The cabling coiled around the heart of this turbine, ready to be absolutely wrecked if it was to be turned on.
I feel like I should do more.
Okay.
Maybe like wipe all of the navigation data.
Sure, make a tech use test for me.
Yes, pass.
Well, how many degrees?
A degree.
I mean, you think it's the data. I mean, you're not a tech priest or anything.
It's true, I'm not.
He doesn't have any unctions like oily goo that spray on things.
If anyone's playing a class, I could just fire Sacred Dungeons out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're pretty sure you've deleted the data.
Would it be possible to get like a really small camera so we could set up like CCTV so we can see anybody that goes into the ship?
Roll a D100 for me. How much?
33?
Yeah, you have a small camera you could hook up.
Okay, I'll just try and like put that somewhere out of the way.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, you have a small camera hooked up to your data slate. Won't be able to view it from forever away, but just for short range, you should be able to view the interior of the ship across it.
Okay, I reckon that should probably do.
Okay.
And
So,
now we wait for a few days and see who goes on the ship, yeah?
alright.
Yes.
Day passes, uneventfully. Next day passes, uneventfully.
Yes.
Third day passes, uneventfully.
I just want to say we're idiots and we're going to die. I don't know why I felt that I needed to say that.
Thanks for filling me with words of courage.
If it makes
Fourth
you
day
feeling better,
passes,
I'll kill you last.
uneventfully. Fifth day passes, uneventfully.
At this point, sure, the ship is probably like overdue. There should have been a shuttle leaving by now, probably.
Correctamundo.
Okay. Yo, I think
Sixth
they may have
day
stopped using the shuttles.
Or perhaps the ones using them are all dead. Seventh day passes uneventfully.
No, we should probably stop watching.
Yeah, I think they may either
Poor
know
Frederick.
may know that we've been messing with this ship, or they
Man,
know
7
that they're
days with the
gonna-
Dark Eldar is an eternity.
Well,
Poor
at
Frederick.
least when we find Frederick, we'll have a nicer carpet that really ties the room together.
Right.
Literally.
Well, this didn't do anything. Either they know that we're watching them, or they are skittish that they run into trouble.
Can't we just call a big ship and make them blow this shit up?
I don't think we have enough pull yet for that.
You could certainly try.
Has to be relayed.
Off you go then, Anarius. No, you're not Anarius. Who the fuck's that?
What is your, out of curiosity, because I can't remember offhand, what's your influence role sitting on, influence amount sitting on at the moment?
32?
I think yeah, we haven't had any influence raises in a while, actually.
You got one just before you guys got
Yeah.
promoted to interrogators.
Like 3 weeks ago.
Influence doesn't constantly raise. It only raises through directions.
So, what do you want to do?
Well,
So, trying to sneak aboard is probably not going to work.
I don't know.
So, the only option I can see is full-on assault.
Well, maybe not full on assault. We could still try and pretend to be some kind of subtle and just like ask for clearance so we can dock.
None of these plans are going to work in our advantage.
We have
They have Frederick, who may be dead.
probably it's been 7
And
days.
they have already spilled everything he knows about us and our plan, which is considerable.
We didn't have a plan before.
Which plays into your favor at the moment?
We didn't have a plan before. We don't have a plan now, and
He
Frederick
knew why
definitely
we-
didn't listen to it, even if we had one.
He knew why we were here. That may be enough. So it's a ship we can't outgun with our ship. Packed, it may as well be packed with Xenos for all we know. We know nothing about what's going on up there. We know that they've stopped receiving regular maintenance crews, according to their previous schedule. We know that there's a very low chance of us boarding it successfully.
Sounds really spooky when you say it that way.
Yeah. Our only options are to A, report back and wait for further instructions. B, attempt some way to interfere with what's going on with that ship to learn more about the plot. Or C, do something foolhardy and short-sighted.
Severin can join the debate. I'm going to get a bottle of wine while I wait for you guys to make a decision. I'll be right back.
Oh, hi.
Hello. So what we've been doing is watching the shuttle that's supposed to go up every 2 weeks to see what happened. Solomon was able to infiltrate the ship and plant a bug. However, no one has actually come to the ship since then. So it's past its usual scheduled uptime. We're trying to figure out what we do now. Do we try to interfere with the ship? Do we report back in and wait for orders with what we found? Do we do something short-sighted and foolhardy to try to rescue Frederick?
Wait, we were trying to rescue
So
Frederick?
how long have you guys been watching the ship?
7 days.
And it's past scheduled. It's past its regular scheduled pickup.
Huh.
So that's what we're trying to find out. What
Sounds
is our
good.
plan? How do we make a move? What makes the most sense?
Back. I'm so fancy. My goblet.
You got to take a picture of that goblet.
So, have you gentlemen come to a conclusion yet? Or are you guys still discussing? Now that you have the, how shall I say, fantastic input from your Lord and Master.
We
Severin.
just brought him up to speed.
Have we? Sorry, I just want to check. So, how many days has it been?
7 days.
They've waited a full week after sabotaging this shuttle to see if anybody would. Man, that
Have
must
we
be
heard
rough.
any news about? Have we heard any news about the missing? The missing host of the party. That's now no one knows where he's gone.
Oh, nobody's actually bothered checking on that.
This is why we need him.
Well, can we assume that I was reading the news, Griffey? And can you bring us up to speed very quickly?
Sure, there's a continent-wide manhunt on the moment for the youngest son of the Asaris family. The police, RBTs, defense forces, everybody you could possibly imagine is currently walking on eggshells around the eldest of the house.
Pulpfoot. He asked who it was, and I said it was Pulpfoot.
Yep, pretty much running around, trying to figure out what's happened to the body. The last gene
What
spore
body?
putting them at a party.
I don't know what buddy
that
you're
was
talking
attended
about.
By many nobles from across the mining world. Amongst them, prominent figures like Octavius Barbosa and co, who have since also gone missing.
Hey, no body, no crime.
I'm really hoping, guys, that Mephifius never gets interrogated, because the first mention, he's like, bodies? I don't know about bodies, and definitely not about any crimes.
No crimes, no bodies.
Del, your job is, if we look like we're getting captured, you have to just kill Mephifius.
I'll shoot. Yes, I will gut shot him.
You have to just shoot him in the head. It's for the greater good.
The greater good.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have the greatest willpower to resist interrogation of all you guys.
Yeah, you have enough willpower to resist it, but you just say it accidentally.
No.
Yes, that would be the thing. It's like, I could resist you if you were interrogating me, but they would just be like, hey, did you murder him? And you'd be like, me? No, I definitely did not drop him out of a plane, which is why you can't find the gene seed. Oh, shit.
What? I'm just saying, if I would, I'm throwing it like that.
Okay, well, guys, I would think that the... Griffey, have we been monitoring the ship in orbit? Has it done anything?
No, you haven't.
Well, can I check it quickly?
Is it still in orbit?
Sure. Make a just a bureaucracy roll for me. Just try and pull some routine records.
My internet is giving me complete malarkey. Let me try and reload.
You rolled really well. Oh, you rolled really well. You rolled a 49. What's your bureaucracy skill?
My bureaucracy is 64.
Is it higher or lower? Okay. Yep. No. As far as you can tell, it's still sitting in dry dock in orbit. Has been awaiting repairs or periodically repaired over the last couple of months. Nothing has changed as far as you're concerned about its status. It's been several weeks now since the last shuttle worth of engineers, maintenance, crew, and dogs' bodies were sent up to the ship to replace its old crew. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
I feel, guys, that we should probably just send a report back and actually go onto the ship ourselves. Mainly because we are part of the Inquisition, and I mean, we have to actually show some initiative. Why is my game acting so slow? Oh my gosh.
It's all the porn.
Yeah, probably. It's tough when you're downloading like 50 gigs at the same time.
Yeah, so I'm still with the plan that we now just attempt a full assault on the ship, which is presumably full of filthy Xeno that need to die.
I concur with that. I do not think we should be pulling in any... I think we should be doing it ourselves, though, and not pulling in like, other people at the moment.
They have a ship that can assault another ship, but we can't procure one.
Yeah, you can always try and requisition one.
No, why would we have orbit? Why do we need to assault it? If we can sladdle up to it, it's in dry dock at the moment, so it's not like it's sitting there with all of its guns. We should just, I mean, that ship is going to be at least a kilometer long. Are you saying we couldn't fly out, cut her up? Well, even it proves my point even more so. You're saying we couldn't?
We just like turn off our everything that will like IDs and everything, and be like all stealth-like, and just like quietly dock.
You could literally change your ship transponder to anything.
Exactly. We changed the transponder to be something to be a kind of ship that would work at the dry dock. We then fly up, and we just slide up next to it and cut our way through a side hatch or something. There has to be airlocks on the side of the ship or something. Because the thing is, as soon as we try to requisition something, I mean, I don't really want to fly. If we can just do this and then leave the planet without having to talk to the governor and having his missing son remain a mystery forever, that would probably be as big a help as we can,
He's better off. That little bastard was an asshole, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to carry much weight on when he's stringing your character up.
Agreed. We have to keep this small.
But also, yeah, and also if we want to show the Inquisition that we're worth our salt, we can't constantly be like, we're the Inquisition. Sometimes you have to just go in, there's a few people, and murder things. On the other hand, we could all then die horribly, but, them the risks.
We need power fists and salt cannons. Make it so.
Soon.
Yeah, I can give you a power maul and whatever gun you're currently holding.
I brought those with my own
I
stuff.
say assault. I mean, just
I think it makes the most sense out of the no choices we've got. It's the best choice we have.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
say that. I
think
gave you
it's-
guys lots of choices. So, give me somebody put forth as a solution so we can get this on the road to doing stuff.
Fine. I am going to try and get plans to see if I can find a decent entry point. While I'm doing that, the other guys will sort out a transponder, and we are going to leave in our current ship. Where are we currently parked anyway?
Spaceport.
Spaceport.
Spaceport. Okay. Well, we're going to leave in the gun cutter, and I think we're going to fly off planet as whatever we're currently transponded as, and then once we get into orbit, we're going to change. We can drift around for a while just to help lose the scent, so to speak. Change to something that's a ship that would be around the docks, and by then, hopefully, I found some plans, and we can then identify the best place to insert ourselves. And I think then, just flying up, limping onto the side of the guy's ship, and cutting a hole through a door or something would be the best way for us to sort this out.
All right. Sorry, I'm just emptying my dice bag in preparation for all the rolling I'm going to need to do.
Anyone else got any thing to add?
no. Do we we probably need void suits for this. I mean, just
I'm assuming
getting inside the ship.
Yeah, we would have
Your
had
ship has a state of them.
Yeah. I'm assuming our ship would have all the general things we need. So we'll have a plasma cutter to get through a bulkhead door kind of thing, and all of that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have the usual accoutrements that you would expect to have on a
Wait,
spaceship.
does a light power armor work as a void suit as well?
Yes, it is environmentally sealed. You can go underwater with it. You can go into the void with it.
Cool.
It's quite a useful piece of kit.
That's right, you've got power armor.
Yeah, I got light power armor.
Griffey, another thing I would like to check. I'm not sure if I'd be able to roll for this, but would I know whether a Geller field would affect those bastards' teleportiness?
No, it's not something your character would even know how to begin researching.
No, that's fine. Okay, well, I suppose, guys, we need to try to get rid of these people. We have to hope that if we go onto the ship, they're not going to all run away. But I suppose they'll think we're pretty good sport, so they probably won't. Because that's going to be the last. We're going to need to try and figure out where they are and try to get to them and destroy whatever teleportation technology they have, so they can't escape.
All right. So,
Done.
you guys are going to enter the dry dock, land or go near the enemy vessel, go across 0G, cut into the enemy vessel.
We're gonna limp it onto the enemy vessel, then hop out of our place. And while we're flying up, we'll send a report into the Inquisition, limp it onto their vessel, cut our way through, hopefully kill the Eldar, and then leave.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Everything.
So, hold on, I'm just paging to the desolation of the dead quickly.
That sounds fun. That sounds amazing.
All right. So, you fine gentlemen. Now, Severin, once more being talkative, your long hours of discussion finally coming to a head. Ooh, it's a lot of agility modifiers. Oh wow. You gentlemen, giving your servitor instructions, lift off from the starport. Still broadcasting your transponder code as nothing more than the pleasure bard of a vapid noble. You know, nothing serious to see here. And head up into the atmosphere of the planet, leaving it and going outwards towards the great orbital dry dock built above this planet, mostly for the maintenance and restoration of vessels transporting ore to and from this imperial world to the rest of the sector. Slowly, you approach the vessel, a repurposed Dauntless class light cruiser, now the pleasure barge / hunting craft of the Isaris noble family. The one where you guys have seen the shipments sent to every 2 weeks over the last few months, your information having confirmed as much to you for you. What do you guys want to try and set the ship transponder to on the way there?
I think we would want to set it to generic dry dock, resource transporter 001 or something,
So a Mechanicum repair vessel, basically.
Yeah, even, I don't know, as generic as possible, a thing that will be flying around the dry docks. Because I'm assuming they're pretty huge, so I just want us to kind of fade into the background.
Who wishes to make the roll to fabricate the transponder code?
I don't think it would be me. I can't even spell transponder.
I'm happy to try.
I shoot gun. I make snarls.
What kind of roll?
It's a tech use roll, as well as a knowledge Imperium roll.
Severus, what's your tech use?
74.
74?
I'm a smart man.
Yeah, you should probably do it then.
Yes, the smart.
You got the brain aids.
Okay, so what is it, Griffey?
Tech use and knowledge Imperium.
Knowledge Imperium, what would that normally be?
Knowledge Imperium.
Exactly what it says in the tin.
If I use my Knowledge Adeptus Mechanicus, would that make it a better roll?
Yes. God,
okay, then. Hold on. I'm just going to roll my own dice, because this tabletop's causing me problems.
It's fine.
You
I'm
rolled a
assuming
25.
that you guys won't cheat, because that would be dumb.
Nah, it's more funny when you don't.
Okay, so the the tech use was I failed, not by any degrees of success, but I failed. The knowledge one though was with 5 degrees of success.
All right. Even though you perfectly emulate.
Oh, hold on, I'm going to use a faith point. My bad, I forgot to have those.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yep, no, that was fine then. I made that, but that was just to make it.
God damn it. So, Severus, with a little in the way of trouble, manages to easily supplant the transponder codes on the ship, swapping it out for a more generic maintenance vessel working in the orbital dry dock, leaving you one amongst a buzz of many smaller vessels, most of them not even capable of interplanetary travel, most of them docking on the dry dock itself, leaving you just one amongst many, and invisible for all intents and purposes to those people monitoring the comings and goings of vessels around this dock. As you approach the vessel, you see before you the cruiser, the light cruiser, the Dauntless class cruiser, nonetheless enormous compared to your little gun cutter. even as one of the smallest and least of the Imperial vessels fielded by the Navy, it is still impressive. Barnacled with gun emplacements, great sweeping Imperial aquillas, eagle wings, wreathed in a fresh coat of paint, courtesy of the Mechanicus. And you can see along the flank as you approach the vessel, hundreds of meters long, a twisting metallic scar, evidence of some kind of great wound dealt to the ship in its near past. What would you gentlemen like to do?
I look over at Solomon. Yeah, there's no way we could have shut this thing up.
Well, that was never my plan. That was Meth. He wanted to shoot it.
Yeah, you're stupid. You're stupid and you should feel bad.
Math is thinking what made that scar on the ship.
Yes, what did make that scar on the ship?
I think we shouldn't think about things we don't need to think about.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Well, for
Everything will be
ignorance.
fine.
Ignorance is bliss.
Blessed ignorance.
Blessed is
Whatever
the
it was.
mind too small for doubt.
It's bigger than this ship.
Math is thinking, did somebody take over that ship? By force?
Well,
We're gonna find
potentially,
out.
but I mean, the other guy was still working with them.
Maybe not by his own accord.
Well, we're about to find out.
So,
Is there a way
how do
for
you
us,
just-
Griffey? Where would the good living areas be? Because I'm assuming that if I was a Dark Eldar, I would want to be living in the not scrub compartments.
You don't know. It's a repurposed vessel. The interior could be completely different from, well, it is completely different from how the Navy would have run it. It being the personal vessel of a noble family. You have no idea.
Okay, but you wouldn't completely repurpose an entire ship like this. So where would the bridge be?
The bridge of the ship is normally safely ensconced in the front third of the vessel. Far enough back to stop frontal strikes from obliterating it, but not so far near the rear as to be vulnerable to engine instability or Gellerfield failure.
If they had like fortnightly shuttles, they're not going to want to have been too far away from where those shuttles docked either. I imagine.
Where do we want to try and insert ourselves, guys?
In the rear with the gear.
The scar is still there. Is it like actively being repaired at the moment?
There's nobody crawling across the ship at the moment affecting repairs, but you can see where the paint has been gouged up, almost like bubbling volcanic rock. The metal itself sheared and in places knitted together like an old wound. The metal still shiny from the recent scarring.
I was wondering, could we hide the ship in like inside the scar and try and find infiltration point there?
I don't think we need to be that worried. I mean, if it's 4 kilometers long, our ship is not going to stick out.
There's
As long as
a
there's, like,
picture as a reference for you guys what a Dauntless looks like in profile from the side.
Oh boy. That's his personal ship.
Yep.
Of his
Yeah,
family.
well-
It's a big ship.
It's the smallest class ship.
I say we go
Okay,
somewhere,
well-
somewhere near the front.
Well, why don't we mark in the middle? At least then when we can get in and check to see what's happening, and we're equidistant from whichever point we need to go to.
It's true.
I mean, maybe the bridge. It's just so we shut down any communications. I mean, that's probably where it is, right?
Yeah, we just don't know exactly where the bridge is, though. That's the problem.
True.
Middle sounds good then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
and we just want to try and put down somewhere inconspicuous, Griffey.
So you're gonna be like, "Hey, girl," and then basically jump out of the back of your ship in 0G onto the enemy vessel and enter the airlock, correct?
Something like that.
When you say it like that, it sounds foolhardy.
I thought we were going to attempt to like magnet the ship to the side of the thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's my intention as well. But I mean, once we've done that, we do plan to hop out and try to. Yeah.
All right. So, at your behest, your servitor companion does not crash into the side of the ship with the mighty 13.
Yay!
That's the opposite
Smoothly.
of what I was expecting you to say.
Smoothly taking you in. Well, hardwiring a servitor actually has some pretty significant bonuses to its specific task. Smoothly taking you in towards the middle of the vessel. You an easy entrance to either side of the ship. You can see the sides every couple of 100 meters studded with the shape of an airlock, and it doesn't take you long to find one of the escape pod bays now empty. Seemingly having been used recently, you can see a patina of rust and old age around it, and the inside scraped clean, in places burned by thrusters as the escape pods had left the vessel.
Can I use my knowledge of Eldar to, like, try to think what would a Dark Eldar want with this planet? What is, like, special about this
Sure.
planet?
Sure, make a roll for me.
Oh, wow.
You know nothing of Xenos.
Fuck it. I'm gonna re-roll this.
Wow.
Sure. He really wants to know. Emperor, send me information.
Yeah, I really
Damn.
want to know.
They really love murder and torture and fucking and murder fucking and cutting holes in people and then fucking the holes and worse things than that.
Damn,
Oh, poor Frederick.
Yeah. I mean,
I
yeah.
can't
As far
believe
as
you
you
guys
know-
left Frederick there for a week. My gosh.
As far as you know, the Darkkin only leave the dark city of Komora to pillage, to raid, to slave, to kill indiscriminately, and then leave. They don't conquer, they don't preach, they don't hold territory, they don't fight conventional wars. They exist purely as piratical slavers that just prey on other species.
So they're on holiday here.
Yeah,
Essentially.
they're on. It's rapes giving for them.
Pretty much.
Keeps giving.
Slaneshmus.
Slanesh Patrol.
No, I think they're very against the Neshmas, to be honest.
They might not be.
Okay, so
Let's suit
They
up.
were all like, oh, we did it first. Lannis is trying to steal our style.
In a way of speaking. So, you guys are now hovering above an entry point into the ship. The rear of your cutter facing an open air, a vacant slot in the side of the ship in which an escape pod was. What do you gentlemen wish to do?
Put a void suit on.
Just
I
like
think that goes
outside.
without
Assume you're already inside of them.
No, hold up. No, Jathar's here, right? I would like to stand up,
Mm.
and then I would like to take a turn to put on my pants.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
well, if we're
After
gonna be
10
like that,
turns.
I'm more than willing to trash you to come up with a plan for the rest of this episode. So go ahead. Take it away. I'm just gonna sit back here. Call me when you need me.
Wow.
It's pretty funny.
Oh well, let's get a move on. I have 5 hours in my light power armor.
Right, you don't need a void suit.
I don't need a void suit.
I'm gonna grab. Severin, you're gonna need a gun.
Is Severin coming? Do you want to come with us, or do you want to stay on the ship?
I don't really want to come, but I don't know if I think it's easy for me to just not come. So I'll join you. But I mean, I've got a handgun. That's about as good as I'm good for.
What kind of handgun?
Let me check.
I have no idea.
I think
Wait,
it's
yeah,
I
dude.
think it's a las pistol.
Right, that's not enough. Have this last gun instead.
Oh wait, no, I got a hell pistol which I picked up somewhere, but that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Okay, that will probably help.
That will definitely help.
Yes.
That's
All
still
right.
7 penetration.
So,
you have the
you guys-
backpack for that?
Double check communications.
It's a-
No, it's a pistol, not a gun.
It does have a backpack.
oh shit.
What?
Well, I'm ready to go. What are we doing, Trashy?
Check the gear. Make sure we're ready for an assault. We get
Let's
over.
make sure everyone's got grenades.
Everybody must have grenades and webbing. Any weapons with webbing.
Why are we waiting? Why?
We're playing Xenos. We're gonna have to make sure that there's no evil agility bonuses for them.
Evil agility. That's what grenades are for.
Being the only person here who's personally fought a Xeno, even though I was a Xeno at the time.
What was that, Trashy? What were you saying? Are
Nothing.
you saying you're the only person who's personally fought a Xeno?
The only other person to live on our team who's fought a Xeno.
Good man.
They move fast. Isn't that correct, Service?
They do move pretty fast.
The web grenades might be our only chance to lock them down and shoot them.
Are there such thing as web grenades?
I'm sure
I
they are.
can't actually remember, to be honest.
There are
I'm
stun
sure if
grenades.
there are, we'll have a few.
Stun grenades, web grenades, make them not move so fast grenades. We need these.
Fuck
Caltrops.
Dark Elders.
Caltrops. That'll work too.
Well, let's try and let's open up this airlock then and cut a hole in the ship.
Righty.
Sounds
You
good to
guys
me.
all suit up into your void suits. Lady, you inside the power armor, the hole itself filled with the gentle hum of its power pack.
Yep.
You seal off the rear, and at the press of a button, the rear of the vessel opens up, instantly sucking out the entrance, this little bit of air that is inside.
What kind of white suits were you in?
Bog standard Imperial
Generic.
void
The
suits.
kind that keep you alive in the void.
Yeah, but they're like different versions of them.
Which are the best for the
Regular
ones
ass
that-
void suits.
Yeah, they're the RA.
Is
we
it
can
common
just-
crap in the ship?
Common, yes.
We can take them off once we're in the ship.
Oh,
So, the vessel opens. Directly, slightly ahead and down of you, diagonally down from the ramp, you can see the gaping hole in the side of the ship in which the escape pod sat. The back of it, a bulky door with a double lock that looks much like an airlock entrance. Who wishes to try and cross the gap first?
I'll do it.
Alright, I need you to make a -20 agility test to avoid drifting off in a random direction as you push off
Oh.
from the ship.
This is not how I wanted to die.
Have you not got a grappling gun, Solomon?
I'm not dead! 11.
With a gentle push of your legs and a steadying hand, you manage to push yourself across the gap and land. Break most of your momentum without pushing yourself off the back again and going out, flying out the back, and you still land next to it, grabbing on to one of the interior ridges and keeping yourself steady.
Okay,
Solomon,
somebody
grab the
throw me a rope.
Grab the rope,
Curiously.
Solomon.
How are you guys going to get inside? Sorry, that's the other question.
With the plasma
Well,
cutter.
Okay,
This
who's
isn't-
carrying the plasma cutter?
I was.
Oh no, then you must make a -40 test for me, son.
Then I failed.
But
You
it's
jump.
just space. It's outer space.
It is outer space. None of you guys are astronauts. You jump, applying way too much force. And instead of drifting down towards the target, you actually go spiraling out from the back, hitting your head on the top of the hatch, and hearing a sharp
Turns-
crunch.
it
For a
turns
moment you hold your
into
breath.
Sandra Bullock.
For a moment you hold your breath, thinking that you might have compromised your suit, while you lazily spiral away from the vessel.
I'm going in the wrong way. Somebody please help.
You guys are watching him slowly spin away from the ship.
Help now
I
would be
use my
appreciated, please.
Voidborn ability to navigate in 0G ability, and I go in a daring rescue. I tie him out of a string, tie my rope, and I jump after him.
Voidborn gives you what?
I got like plus
20.
30.
What was it? Plus 20? Plus 30?
It's pretty high. I think it might be 30.
Sorry. Yeah, plus 30 to movement in zero grav.
Alright, so you're actually at a plus 10 advantage. Used to these kind of conditions from getting raised aboard vessels.
Yep, and I drift, and I have a string attached to my waist, and they have a hold of it, and I jump after him and grab a hold of him before it goes too far.
Let's roll that agility test before we get ahead of ourselves.
As I'm drifting, why didn't you tell us you were good in space? This all could have been avoided.
Go 5 minutes ago.
My agility is actually 34. Wow.
You, having spent most of the last couple of years planetside, almost lost that instinctive balance and movement and conservation of movement that came with living aboard space vessels. But you just managed to jump out and angle it correctly towards your ally, brother-in-arms, getting close enough for him to reach out and clasp your arms. Who's holding onto the rope on the other side?
I am.
Make a strength test for me.
But it's 0G!
Yeah, I hope you're
And
holding
he's
on.
strong
Okay.
as an ox.
I ate my
You-
Wheaties this morning.
Yeah, you ate your fucking Wheaties. You guys come to a rump, yank, as the rope pulls taut.
Beware if you eat your Wheaties, man. It could, end as Bruce Jenner.
The Emperor recommends eating your Wheaties. Alright. You two are both drifting now. Probably a good 20 meters away from the vessel. Tethered by this rope held in the hands of Dell at the moment. What would you like to do?
Yeah, we're like gonna pull the rope and go back. We're both gonna pull, so gonna be even faster, right?
That's not how that works, but
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, but if he pulls, and I pull, we're both going to the same.
This isn't that kind of movie.
Yeah.
You guys pull your way along the rope. Once more, landing next to Dell, holding on tight. Back in the belly of your craft. And it seems that nobody in the Mechanicum station has noticed you just yet.
Mev, maybe you should go across first, seeing as that you're somehow a spaceman and you didn't tell us.
I did. You just fucking ran out there.
I don't think at any point you have informed me that you're a spaceman.
I thought
He hands
you-
the bulky form of the last cutter to you, so you'll be at minus 10 now, hey Ein?
Oh, if we hold on to it just so he can go over there and like attach the
Wow, I
rope,
need to re-roll that one.
and then we
Okay.
can just pull ourselves over on a rope.
Yeah, just leave the rope attached to him.
Alright.
So, quick question.
Aw.
Since
That's
we have
fine, with
grappling
plus 30
lines,
you make it.
Grappling lines.
Yes.
do we the ones we had? Did they have the magnetic attachment on it, like I requested?
The grapnels, yeah, you do.
I used one of those.
Alright. Myth gracefully sails from the back of the vessel and lands on the other side. As you arrive, you don't hear a metallic thunk as the grapnel slams into the hole next to you.
Yay.
So, Myth is next to the wall leading into the vessel, and your medic is currently holding a grapnel fired into the wall on the other side.
We are very bad at this.
Apparently. So,
So,
who wants to go across next?
I mean, I'll come last since I have the thing.
I
I can
will
just-
now gingerly pull my way across the rope.
Alright. Make a agility test for me.
Oh my god.
Plus 20, easy. Is
plus 20. Okay, that's fine then.
Okay. Pull yourself across. Who's next?
I'll go last.
I'll go next, then I'll also just pull myself across the road.
Sure. Easy agility test.
Whew, I'll make it.
All right. Del.
Right, I'm last. Let's see. I
God
float
damn.
like a butterfly.
Apparently so. Okay, leaving only our medic.
Yeah, I slowly reel myself in.
Sure, make an agility test. Minus 20 for use. Nobody's holding your rope. Minus
Oh,
10
no.
actually, since you are attached to a wall.
Yes, I am attached to a wall. How much was that again?
Minus 10.
Well, my agility is 37, and I rolled a 39.
Okay. You just barely make it across, banging into the side of the wall.
Come on,
If it wasn't for your power armor, you reckon you probably would have injured yourself pretty badly. All right. So, you are now standing in the interior of an empty escape pod depression, or whatever you want to call it, in the side of the ship.
Does this escape pod depression look like it has a normal airlock, or is it literally just like something we're gonna have to cut through?
It looks like it has a big double lock airlock door on the other side with some kind of mechanism. It looks like it slots into the actual escape pod.
So, what I want to try and see is it possible for us to just go through the normal airlock, or are we gonna have to cut our way through?
You could definitely try.
I'm gonna try.
You want to just try and like brute force it, or what do you want to do?
I just want to tech use to see if I can figure out the controls to just operate the airlock normally, so we can kind of go in without venting the whole area.
Sure. Go for it.
No, I can't figure it out.
And unfortunately, you've never actually seen the inner workings of a door between an escape pod and an Imperial ship. It's a little bit more specific than what you're
Yep.
used to. All right. So, you guys have the last cutter. Ignite it. And slowly start cutting through this interior bulkhead to get to this room and the inside of the ship. You stand there, what feels like hours, but is in actual fact probably close to 15, 20 minutes, as you finally manage to push open an entrance to the interior of the vessel. The inside, gloomy, lit with emergency lights, and you can see burn marks on the floor, like some kind of great roiling flame washed along the corridors, as well as brown muddy streaks of what you can only assume to be blood.
I'm sure the five of us can take whatever killed an entire ship full of people. We'd be fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll be fine. Quick question: does my light power doesn't have like a light on it or something, kind of like the power armor from Fallout?
Roll a D100. Yes, it does.
Whoa.
You don't have to turn. You could just like pop on some photo goggles. They let you see in the dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that actually.
That's what I'm doing.
Whatever.
Well, you probably want to get to a place where you can, not depressurize and instantly die. Since you did just cut through the wall.
Yeah, we're not in atmosphere at the moment.
Well, let's head down a corridor. So we've got a corridor that I'm assuming goes left and right, Griffey.
Correctamundo. The corridor itself appears to be, well, it has, like I say, it's got scorch marks, it has dried tracks of blood, and what looks to be the remains of an Imperial, like, evacuation corridor, if you want to call it that. Painted lines on the ground and walls indicating specific escape pods, number of crew per pod, stamped on the walls, ministerium stencils, that kind of thing.
Well then, I suggest we just head left. I don't know, unless anyone has a better choice, and see if we can find a bulkhead door so we can get into a normal area of the ship.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Tiber says, Tinny over the vox of the void suits. All right, you guys push off down the corridor. I would like for each of you to make an agility test for me, please, for moving in zero grav. Counts as difficult terrain at all times.
Ah, shit.
I go floating off.
It's like I was born in space.
Dell, no problems. Ein, no problems. Liddy, your power armor is really goddamn heavy.
Will our void suits
Sounds
not come
right.
with magnetized feet, Griffy?
I don't know, they didn't mention anything about magnetized feet,
Yeah,
so
I just
have no
checked
idea.
because I wanted to know. No,
Because that makes sense, but I'm not sure.
This is
but it
Warhammer
may-
40,000.
you can
Your
get
void suits are
special
powered
boots
by
that
souls.
do that, but they are not as part of a void suit.
Just checking. Okay, that's fine. We'll just get them just requisition better void suits going forward.
How many degrees success or failure, Matt?
2.
Failure by 2.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm literally
slam-
I'm just a balloon that Dell is carrying. Whee!
You literally just like push off at the wrong angle and with way too much force and just slam into the ceiling, nearly knocking yourself unconscious. You take 3 points of damage. You guys just watch the suit just like flop down. No sound, just a very pained grunt over the intersuit vox. You make your way down the corridor. Quiet, eerie. The corridor itself very dimly illuminated by the red strip lights in the corners. The little bit of illumination provided by your comrade's power armor, failing to illuminate most of the cathedral-like space that you find yourself in. After about 10 minutes of travel, finally find the bulky bulk of a bulkhead. Bulky McBulkface. You deftly open it, step through, seal it behind you. Your suit indicators slowly rising until it indicates that you're once more inside a pressurized atmospheric environment.
Great. Well, I'm going to take my void suit off then. Put my gas mask on though with my photo goggles, and put my suit in my back.
Well, yeah, you have to leave the suit behind. It's quite a big.
Oh, is it?
thing.
Okay, that's fine then.
Just look for a cupboard. We can put them in there.
Think like big Mr. Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
Are there any like floor panels or wall panels we could pop off and stash the suits in?
You look around. Make a scrutiny check for me.
1.
Wow.
Wow. You see a loose grate in the ceiling that you could probably slide aside and stick it into the duct.
What does your L5C, Solomon?
It's a duct. It's right above. It's right above your head. Look, it's there. It's right above. See, it's above you.
No, I did not see.
Oh, it's right above you. I
I
just
understand that.
start shoving all the suits up there then.
Right.
Also mount the photo visors.
Now that you guys are inside the ship itself, out of your suits, you notice that the air itself is stale. The recyclers either not running at capacity or having been shut down for some time. There is somewhat cold, as if the environmental control systems have either been compromised or are not running at full capacity.
Cerberus.
And the almost subsonic hum that normally accompanies life aboard an Imperial ship appears to be entirely absent.
Okay.
The shadows around you pooling like liquid.
How long has this ship been in dry dock?
Well, before we arrived, it was in dry dock, so probably for quite a while.
I'm just thinking that this has obviously been in an assault and in a state of disrepair.
Well, I'm not sure if it's been specifically in a state of repair. It's just the ship's so big that it's going to take a while for them to repair it fully.
Could be.
You would still expect it to be quite busy though, and it's very suspicious that they've been sending people up here regularly, and there's barely anything happening.
We've already assumed that the only people using that were probably the aliens.
Aliens or just
Or
entertainment.
sport.
Well, yeah, carry on.
Yeah, either way, the lack of activity is good. It shows that the whole ship's not full of aliens.
That is always nice. I suggest we just carry on heading down the corridor until we can find a computer or something, so we can try and get a lay of the land.
Makes sense.
All right. Who's taking point?
I'm taking point.
All right. And
I'm smack bang in the middle where it's safe.
all right, Gideon in front. Who's going behind Gideon?
I'll follow up.
Gideon, Solomon, Severus. Who's going second to last?
Put in Meth. I'll run the back.
I'll run back. Excellent.
I have the street sweeper.
All right. You guys set off down the corridors. Your treads on the metal deck plating oddly muted, as if on a thick carpet, the sounds absorbed by the darkness around you. Instead of the hollow echoes of Imperial deck plating, it sounds like you're traversing a long, mossy corridor instead. You pass through open doors that iris, and as you enter the ship and go deeper into it, the shadows themselves seem to pool almost like liquid. Their substance more substantial than one would expect, that one is used to. And those amongst you of a psychic bent
What?
feel cold fingers grasping your spine tightly, a numbness spreading from your lower back up towards your shoulder blades.
Oh, I'm so glad
I
we've
think
got
of
no
the Emperor.
undeclared heretic psychers in our team. Aren't you guys?
Oh
Yeah.
boy, those psychers, nothing but trouble.
Looks like this place might be full of heretical dark heresy.
I think of the Emperor and rid myself of all of doubt.
I'm glad. I'm glad you say things like that, because that's totally going to help.
Yeah.
You move deeper into the ship, and now, even those blunted amongst you, you can start to feel a nameless, formless fear. Eyes watching you in the darkness.
Get your weapons ready, boys.
Sense.
You're assuming that we weren't always already had our weapons ready.
I switch on my Rosetta.
Oh, extra lighting. Whoa.
Yeah, that's... He turns on the "Here we are" beacon.
Look,
Yeah,
we're in a
see-
place full of stealthy hunters. I'm pretty sure that we stand out like sore thumbs already.
Ahead of you, you see a double door sealed. And right near where the two doors meet, you see what appear to be two small drops of dark liquid. The corridor otherwise deserted. The pitted metal bearing the scars of centuries of use.
So these bits of what I assume are blood, are they on the floor?
They appear to be a couple of centimeters away from the door, on the floor. Dark, oily, a viscous sheen to them.
Is there anything above that they've dripped from?
Not that you can see. Make a scrutiny check for me.
Pass with no degree O's of success O.
You scrutinizing? I'm gonna scrutinize too then.
You look like you're
Oh.
concentrating. I will also concentrate.
You see a patina of rusty brown flakes where the two doors meet each other in the middle of the corridor.
So it looks like someone done got squished in this door.
Fun.
That's not good.
What would health and safety say?
Probably
The Emperor
not as bad.
protects.
Recommend we stack up on either side of the door.
We can do that.
Okay.
Can I do that?
So we're gonna go into Overwatch and then open the door and peek through.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sounds
So
good.
this would be the door, as an example. It's obviously not to scale. But it drops there.
So, like, Gideon Dell up front, the rest of us a bit back to the sides of the walls.
Fine by me.
Sounds good.
All right. So, who wishes to open the door?
Does it look like it's locked, or is it just is there a big button that says open door?
There's a control console on the wall to the right of it.
Dell, looks like you're opening the door.
I'll
You
push
ever
the
go,
button.
Dell? If you don't have luck, I'll do it after you.
I rule to push button.
You jab the Imperial Ruin marked open. The doors themselves opening quickly with no trouble whatsoever. The interior completely black, as if the light abruptly ends as soon as it gets to the threshold of where the door was. And inside you can see a shape, humanoid, but hard to discern, like you're looking through a misty heat shimmer, sitting crouched over, watching the door through which you weren't going to enter.
So we see something just sitting there.
Can you see what it is, Dell?
Identify yourself.
I open myself up and try to look at that thing, try to see.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
No!
Oh, lordy, lordy,
I
lord.
bend over and open myself up.
No, I won't. That sounds like a bad idea when I say it.
No, it's fine. So,
I bend over and ask for no lube.
No, I'm just like, not like, completely. Like, I'm just like, trying to sense if there's something else here. Like, not like completely opening myself up.
that's okay, because this is going to go well regardless.
Oh,
boy.
fucking hell.
Woo!
So,
Do it,
those
faggot.
of you looking into the interior, Dell, you're looking at it, trying to discern what it is, calling for it to identify itself.
Yep.
I need you to make a willpower saving throw for me, please.
I do not save.
Icy fingers lock into your ankles, and you feel yourself almost unwittingly stepping away from the door.
This is heresy!
As you
Heresy is
step
happening!
backward. Your throat clenched shut, your jaw working in a soundless scream, drool splattering from your open mouth, foam flecking your lips as this formless horror beyond the door just drives you backwards.
I'm wearing a helmet. Nobody can see this.
Dell, you're walking away from Heresy. What? Oh
Get-
god,
get
what's
in.
happened to him?
Hmm?
You're also closest
Oh,
to
lordy.
the entity inside of the room. I would like for you to make a willpower saving throw for me, please. So you peer inside the darkness, trying to see through this heat shimmer.
I fail horribly.
Again, your heart starts racing. The atavistic fear of a creature being hunted by something through the dark surges through your body, adrenaline flooding you in response. You break out in a sweat as you instantaneously you need to get away from here. Something is looking for you. You're going to die. Run down in the mud and blood and dirt as you start backing away from this door. Mr. Psycho, who so wonderfully opened himself up.
It wasn't even my turn, man. God damn it.
I need you
all
to
the
make
right
a willpower saving throw for me, please.
That is 24. My willpower is 46, so that's 2 degrees of success.
You peer into the room, past your two companions that are stumbling back with almost unseemly haste at this figure in the room. And all you see is the flayed form of a man, or what you only assume to be a man, the flesh stripped away, the spine mounted alongside a metal stake that appears to have been
Oh,
driven into
God.
the deck plate.
Frederick!
The skin, legs, arms, and face shaped to represent an 8-pointed star. It's horrifying, but you don't see why it had such a strange effect on your allies. Although you can feel waves of cold alien malevolence boiling from it.
I take a grenade and I throw it. How far is it away from them?
Probably about 3-4 meters from the door.
And how close are they to the grenade?
They're just backing away from the door itself.
So if I just
You
throw...
can't see their faces, but you can see they're just like, somebody who's seeing something and is just like backing away from it, in terror, afraid to turn their back to start running.
So I think it's some kind of altered sorcery. So I'm just gonna take a grenade, I'm gonna check at it and close the door.
Sure. Roll for me just a agility test. Agility to throw it. Oh, weapon skill, sorry, not agility. That's saying.
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll that one, the last one.
No problem. You neatly flick it into the room. Bounces. Once. Twice. Comes to rest against the strut driven into the deck. And with a enormous crashing boom, the fetish is blown apart. Gibbets of gore, spines of bone, and welters of blood spraying the room. And you guys just feel that terror just cut off like somebody's closed a faucet.
And I think to myself, that's the kind of death you deserve, Frederick, and you want it.
That's a lot of assumptions going on.
No, he wanted the damn battle.
Alright. Trashy, you and Letty, like as the grenade goes off, you're hardly paying attention, but it's just like somebody's just turned off that fear that was just completely overriding your higher functions, and you just find yourself a couple of meters away from the door where you were standing.
The fuck?
Heresy.
That was a deep heresy, guys. I blew it up.
Can see that. I hope it's not
Did
gonna be
you?
just this.
The room beyond, now that you can peer inside it, you see, besides the gory fetish ripped to shreds by the grenade thrown by your comrade, you can see has been decorated. The corridor beyond, neatly inlaid in a repeating pattern of spirals made from the ribs, spine, and teeth of innumerable crewmen.
Oh, lovely.
His poor souls never had a chance.
That's good fun.
Beyond it, you see a second blast door, a blinking green ruin on the wall next to it, leading deeper within the vessel.
Well, I suppose we have to carry on going forward then, eh?
Yup.
Suppose.
Spooky, scary stuff means we're on the right track.
And that's where we'll end for this
Unless
week.
it doesn't.
Oh no! Do
Oh,
we
no.
want to find out what happens for a monk?
since we took a little bit of time to get here, I wanted to end off here today, but we're not going to have enough time to finish out the stuff I've planned.
It's fine.
So, thoughts, ideas, suggestions?
I need to work on my brain meat because my willpower is not strong.
Every character has weaknesses. Every character has strengths.
Yep. I mean, I'm a power armored fucking god of medicine, so it's like having good willpower on top of that would be kind of broke.
So, what do you guys think about your first encounter with some of the Eldar's handiwork?
It seems fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Deep, dirty heresy. We need to cleanse it.
Man, they have all sorts of fucked up shit. I was reading the Dark Eldar stuff for Dark Heresy. I was just like, whoever came up with this shit needs mental.
Poor
Check up.
Frederick. I assume that was Frederick.
Nope. They have been receiving regular shipments of people over the last, every 2 weeks over the last, almost a year or so.
Can't believe you guys left Frederick for a week in the hands of the Dark Eldar.
Unfortunately, you seem to be in a coma for the entire week.
Hey, I step away for a week, and everyone's like, "What do we do?
You were
We're
just
just
like
gonna
reading
sit
your
Get our
papers.
brain meats.
We're just gonna sit here and wait for Severus to come back."
He got addicted to some MMO.
He's just leveling his World of Warcraft 40,000 character. So, what did you guys think of the descriptions for the Dark Eldar stuff?
Great. Really great. It was good.
Does it adequately convey how fucking spooky they are?
Yeah.
They're pretty damn
So
spooky.
so scary.
Spooky.
Some of us want to get torture raped, so we're gonna have to kill everything.
That's a pretty good plan to not get torture raped. But it might end with you getting torture raped.
I will
Well, I'm
kill
saving a
myself.
grenade for myself.
The last grenade. I love it. The last grenade is for me.
The last crack is for me.
Yeah, we're purposely getting space aids just because if you're gonna rape us, they're gonna get space aids. Woo!
Space age.
Sorry, Meth. Yeah, do you want Meth to have some horrible, incurable disease now?
No.
I think that's
I
what he said,
mean-
Griff.
Wow, take me literally.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Gideon can.
Yeah, I can arrange that.
Yeah, Gideon could just poke you with his dick. There you go, you're done.
Space age.
Work.
The real Slanesh Patrol.
Choo-choo, bitches!